Welcome to Real Flix Reviews. We're like a book club for people who hate reading. This month we're doing movie shorts, so it's Ryan's pick. He brings you movie news. And this week we have Jonathan Charney, James Stevens, Ryan Preston.
And the old guy's here.
So quickly said in the opening, it's Ryan's pick, so Ryan, you're up.
Okay, well, first up, I chose two sort of like diametrically opposed movies. One of them is sort of like the top end of the spectrum, and the other one is just like shits and giggles, hilarious fun. But first one I wanted to talk about was the Mr. Hubble movie, which I think we apparently all watched somehow a different version. I watched the 6.5 minute version.
That's
what I found.
There was actually a 14-minute version that I found. I watched that and the 6-minute one to see what the difference was.
But IMDb has it as...
Was it the same story, just more in between? Or
a little more OCD, a little more OCD stuff, a little more cleaning the picture frames, that kind of thing.
And by the way, after
I'm a little sad.
IMDb pegs it as 11 minutes.
Okay, so the problem was there were so many different versions.
Yeah,
and
trailers.
There were, so it didn't matter. I think the 6-minute version gave you everything you needed to know.
By the way, is a minute short or a 30-second short for a trailer for a short? Isn't that a little ridiculous?
That's what I thought too.
It's a short.
Because I actually found
Seriously.
I found a 2-minute trailer for it.
Yeah.
And then I found a 6-minute thing of it. I'm like, well, what the hell?
I know, it's odd. It's very strange, but obviously well liked. That's why there were so many different language versions, different length versions. I mean, there was a lot.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I thought I just found the one. I don't know which one we actually posted on the site, but hey, screw it. Go and watch 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
It was the director's commentary that got posted on there.
Yeah. I actually looked for it, and that was my fault, but...
I posted a link to the 6-minute version. I didn't know that there was a 14 or 11-minute version.
If somebody happens to stumble across the show, follow the link.
Yeah, it'll be there.
But, okay, well, anyway, so just about the story in general, I thought this was kind of perfect for a short only because, well, one, it won a ton of awards, but I think the reason being is it was really succinct about its storytelling, albeit I watched a 6.5 minute version of it. So I don't know how succinct it would be in 14 minutes. But
you know what it would be? More straightening.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's what it was.
I love the character. I love that you know everything you need to know about him without a single word being spoken the entire time. That's always great storytelling to me.
Except one thing. What the hell was he?
Well, he was some type of robot.
But what the hell did the numbers mean on his head?
Yeah.
I think that was counting down the seconds of the day.
Oh. I thought it was...
I could kind of glean from it is like, maybe it's just like a counter, like he just does everything by this little clock.
I thought he was going to die when it ended or something.
Actually, now that you say it, that makes sense because that one scene where he shoots up and from getting some sort of nightmare and it freaks out.
Yeah.
So, but I loved his character. It made sense there being no words because he was a hermit.
Yeah.
Incredibly OCD, and I don't know if anybody's known anybody that's OCD, but when he was trying to walk out the door to go save that dog, I'm like, yep, that's it.
That's it. He had to flick that light switch. He had to keep flicking it. Just had to do it.
I actually conflict in his head of I have to save a life, but I also have to turn this light switch off. That actually goes on with some severe cases of OCD.
It does.
I actually thought that scene was really well done, especially his facial expressions where you could see he's like, I gotta hurry up, leaves, wait, click, wait, click. That was really well done and hilarious.
And with sort of the minimalist style of storytelling, no words and no mouth.
Right.
So you're really just reading eyes and body language. So that's cool. I mean, it travels across. You can show this to anybody in the world, and they get the same thing. But,
right.
What a trippy little story, and you kind of follow along, But
didn't it strike you funny? It struck me funny when I was searching for this story that there were different versions in different languages. That was the one that was funny. I mean, there was there was a French version, there was a German version, there was the English version, and I'm going.
There was two production companies, one German, one French. So I think it was sort of dually released.
Oh, okay.
But
You know,
but there's no language. Why does it have to be in there? And the for sale sign was in English.
yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Speak English.
yeah, but I mean, it's like, why does it have to be?
I know.
You know,
I don't know.
released
It was
as that.
It just struck me as funny when I was hunting.
And the
this thing down.
song at the end was in English, sung by a French lady.
So
right. But,
So-
that explains the
one thing that really stuck out to me is we've all gotten used to the whole 3D animation thing.
yeah.
But I mean, something, man, really strikes like amazing to me when you see reflections and the change of the light.
Mm-hmm.
They've nailed that in the last few years in a way that I'm obviously never seen before.
Yeah.
But when it was focused on a picture and he was flicking the lights on and off, and you can see the reflection in the mirror change lighting as well as the lighting in the actual room change. And I mean, shoot, dude, we're about to cross sort of that uncanny valley part, where everything looks real and our brains can't tell the difference.
Yeah, I could see that. But
I mean, hell, if they can bring back Tupac.
and that's one of the. I'm ignoring Tupac. And that's one of the things that I have to agree with you on this short is there was the world that was introduced that they put together for such a short. There was a lot of work done into the outside world as well as his.
Sure, there was a lot going on. A cable car going by, things happening.
But there was a lot of thought.
Graphics
too.
are cool.
Besides just a lot of movement, there was a tremendous amount of thought to small details, like the flowers.
Yeah.
Like the movement of the flowers.
His
And
mechanical
and the
flowers that
little,
he had to
like,
keep doing. Yeah.
I thought everything was really well laid out, and it was very thought out. It's something that even in shorts or even full-length feature films just aren't there.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot in life that you can glean from this little short. It's really funny.
Yeah, and it's perfect in showing what shorts are capable of as far as this. It could be 6 minutes and the most perfect story told.
Right.
Yeah.
It's told exactly the way you get everything about it. And it's just a great story. But it doesn't have to be. I think they made this for like $250,000, which is kind of a lot of money when it breaks down into whatever 14 minutes.
But in 3D, but in 3D animation, that's not too bad.
No, that's remarkably cheap, and everybody there is at a Pixar level of animation. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. This done really well.
This short reminds me of some of the older cartoons I watched, where a kid, where all the emotion and all the language was portrayed simply by music and body language.
Yeah.
And that's what it really brought back to me when I was watching it. Is even with the reaction to the dog as he got older, you could see. I just the whole thing was amazing.
It's so funny. It surprised me that because in the beginning it was very subtle that the dog was getting larger.
Yeah.
It was very subtle, and then it seemed like all of a sudden, whoa, wait a minute, he's getting bigger, and he's getting bigger, and he's getting bigger, and it was just
I just assumed he was waking up in the middle of the night, like sleepwalking, and making that dog bigger.
Yeah.
No.
By the way,
I don't know, maybe.
so
I had to get that warehouse that was for rent.
Did any of you think he dismantled the dog?
At
What
one
exactly did he do?
He fed it.
Question.
Remember, he had the auto thing that opened the can, flipped it, and so he fed the dog.
Well, no, there was that part where he had the screwdriver, and you hear the dog go,
Yeah, and then you watch him like cutting the metal, and
I think he did dismantle him to take him out of the apartment. Like the
He was
prank
too
where you
big,
dismantle the car and put it inside somebody's house.
Right.
yeah.
So he had to saw him in half.
So I had my 6-year-old watch this as well after I had watched it, because that's usually what I did. I mean, if you guys remember, I did it with Transformers 2, and she walked out. The original Transformers. Anyway, but she didn't walk out on this one. I mean, it was only 6 minutes, but, she didn't walk out on it. But I asked her what she thought about it, and she actually liked it a lot.
Good.
So that's usually what I do when I come up with when we do a show like this, where it's one that a kid can watch too. I want to see what kids think about it.
You're not going to be like you did and watch Exorcist at 6 years old?
No, that was Night of the Living Dead.
People shouldn't grow up like us.
No.
Whatever the hell get our hands on, We weren't supervised, apparently.
I expect that she'll do that on her own. I mean, she's already got a freaking tablet, so,
Ryan was a latchkey kid. And apparently money to rent movies.
But
I had a grandmother that had cable and the ability to record VHS tapes.
Wow.
Now it's called the DVR and YouTube.
From like away from my parents, all the rated R movies.
That just really killed everything you said because the Skype's not working, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, there you're back.
There we go.
Oh.
Yeah, so much for that joke. Next.
But to me, this was kind of like an interesting story of Clifford. That's kind of what it seemed like.
What was that?
A 3D version of Clifford. Yeah, the big red dog, you liked it so much that it got big.
Except no John Ritter. Now I'm sad.
You should be. Anyways.
Yeah.
But, like you guys said, the animation of it, the way that they told the story, and the amount of detail that went into the world that was in there, it's basically a 4. I got to give it that. I mean, especially with the kid coming in and watching it too, and she enjoyed it as well. I mean, there was, like you guys said, there was no talking, which is an amazing way to tell a story.
Rob?
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, believe it or not, I watched it twice, 2 different versions, but they were the same version, just cut down. And I had a lot of fun because there's so much to see. I don't think I saw everything in 2 times sitting there watching it. It was cool. Animation was great. I just thought this was as professional as you're going to get. If you stay at this level, you've got great things coming.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give it a 4 as well. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. Thank you for that.
Ryan?
I have to slightly disagree and kind of give it a 5. Because I think this is a movie that if you invest 10 seconds into, no matter who you are, where you're from, you're gonna invest the 14 minutes or the 6 minutes.
I think I can disprove this. Did your wife watch this?
No.
You see, not everybody likes cartoons.
I didn't give her the opportunity yet.
Like, what's this?
I mean, I sat down and watched it today twice.
No, just
had to do other stuff. And
just trying to approve a boy. But I generally agree with Ryan. I have to give this a 4 out of 5. Not quite there.
Wait, Brian gave it a 5
out of 5.
Well, I meant far as Ryan about anybody can really like it. You sit down for the first 10 seconds and you want to see what happens.
I think anybody would like it as well. Like name me another movie that I think would universally be accepted by pretty much every human being.
Shawshank
Redneck Zombies.
You're still not accepted by everybody.
So, I mean, we crossed some generations in age here, and we all liked the movie, and so there's an example of it right there.
Yeah.
I had a great time with it.
Yeah, so I mean, I gotta go with Ryan. I mean, it's a movie for pretty much all ages. I assume a baby wouldn't be that entertained into it, but hey, that's all right. If you're a 90-year-old grandmother, she's gonna forget she watched it anyways. Who cares?
Wow.
So,
Cricket.
The Gunfighter.
So, Ryan?
Yeah, The Gunfighter. Now, this one I picked pretty much arbitrarily. Hadn't seen anything about it. I had heard of Mr. Hubble, I think, last year or the year before or something. But I know I'd come across it somewhere. But The Gunfighter was a comedy short Western movie with Nick Offerman. And I was in. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to completely pick that and make these guys watch it too, no matter what it is.
This totally reminds me of something Seth MacFarlane would do.
Well, you're saying that just because he recently did the Million Ways to Die in the West, but
well, even before that, I mean, I actually haven't seen that one yet, but it just seems like his sense of humor and his kind of sensibility.
It sort of is, but this is a really simple thing to understand how this happened. This was the movie was actually made by an editor who's an editor by trade. He's directed a couple of shorts before, but mostly he's edited comedies. I think he did the Bruno movie, a couple of the Sacha Baron Cohen things, and I think he did
tells me a lot right there.
Hilarious movie.
Which movie, Ryan, was hilarious?
Models. Have you guys seen that one?
Role Models, yeah.
Yeah.
So far, I'm not hearing too many funny comedies.
But the thing sort of worth pointing out with editors is the editor also has to have a sense of humor when you're editing comedy, because you have to know where to cut and paste the joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't let it sit longer than it needs to. So I think that kind of some story, but this was just two guys sitting around like, what if the people could hear the narrator? It's as simple as that, and then they get Nick Offerman to narrate it, and it was hilarious.
The voice.
This, it breaks the fourth wall.
It does, which makes this kind of fun as well. I mean, I like the fact that he's like sitting there like reading their minds. Mm-hmm. And you slept with her goat.
He was a little bit like bloodthirsty.
Yeah.
He just wants to see this entire room of people get killed.
Which he pretty much did.
Yeah.
And
except for the girl who died the next day, the whore.
But that was actually my favorite part of the whole thing. Just Vars vocally was the end part when it said, and she survived until she died the next day by a hungry wolf, and she's like, fuck. The timing on this was really well done. I mean, it was incredibly well done. Nothing really sat really long.
Well, the one thing I have to say is there was one point where I actually felt bored with this.
I see, I did.
There was one point where I felt bored with this, and then he killed everybody, and I got back into it. So, you know,
about it is right when you were kind of getting like, okay, now where's this going? Everybody dies.
Yeah.
Now, see, I was really enjoying how he was interacting with other people, like, you know, like
screwing with them.
Yeah.
And his hand is creeping towards his peacemaker.
It's like, no, it's not. It's right here. I wasn't gonna.
Well, he's gonna yell, "Somebody behind you!" You're gonna go with the "somebody behind you" routine. What were you gonna use?
He was gonna use
bear.
the ball.
My favorite part, again, I picked this not knowing a damn thing about it, right? So I had no idea what the turn was. But when he goes into the thing and then the narration starts, and then he's like, "Who's saying that?" I'm like, "Oh shit." That moment was freaking hilarious. That immediate realization of what's that, and then just the build from there. It was about as silly and dumb as a short movie could get, but just grabbed a bunch of character actors, young kids to fill the roles in, and it was freaking funny. I think it was everything that it was trying to be. Like, it answered the question, what would happen if you could hear the narrator.
You know what I thought would be better? if they did this to Shanghai Noon, I think it would have been a lot better movie.
Well, hold on. Now, for me, this one, I got to say, you know, like I said last week is, you know, like I've said actually the past 2 weeks, is how long this short goes. If I want to see more, did it sum it up before then? It fit all my criteria for it. It didn't go too long. It started getting there, and then it stopped. And recovered itself by killing everybody. So that thing has to be there. And no, I really didn't want more, but there was enough of it to where I felt satisfied.
Well, see, this one, I think for both of these, I would have loved to see more. Maybe not with the same people, but I think you could. I wanted to see more of this.
You want to see more of a narrator screwing with people in the Old West?
Yeah, or even different environments.
Not change the setting.
What were you saying, Ryan?
Yeah, you got too excited and started chopping yourself up. And you're still not back yet. No, it's all like cut up.
It's.
So we're having some minor Skype difficulties, Ryan.
Microsoft's fault.
Narrator in like a space drama or courtroom.
I was thinking, you know, like the narrator in Hitler's bunker would be good.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
But what was it?
You know, there was a scene in Spaceballs where they did something very similar to that.
Yes, it was. It was the one when they were in the ship, all standing up in the front, and they did like well, why don't we watch the movie?
Right.
But you know who?
If we're watching right now, and this what's happening now is happening then, well,
we'll know what's going to happen, so we can. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the guy who played the robot's voice? I think it was Alan Rickman. I want to see him do it.
Okay.
Because I think it would be hilarious, because I love his comedic timing.
Yeah. And he's got that voice where it sounds like an actual narrator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think if you did that, I think you could play it off really well. So
Nick Offerman, he's just a stand-up comic, you know what I mean, who's got that really good voice. He's also been on Parks and Rec for a bunch of years. But check out on Netflix his stand-up special, American Ham. It's freaking hilarious.
Oh, he's on there. Okay.
So what do you give this, Ryan?
Yeah.
I'm curious what the rating you give this
I
is.
give this one a 3. It's not going to be everybody's sense of humor. It's sort of specific, but it is funny. It does kind of hit my funny bone because I'm into this sense of humor. I'm surprised that you're actually liking this because you're the curmudgeon when it comes to comedies.
Yeah, no, but this kind of mixes violence with comedies, which for some reason always makes me laugh. I mean, there's like Rambo is Rambo 3 to me is comedy gold.
Yeah.
You know, I have to admit that makes me a little twisted, but hence the reason why I'm on a show.
Oh man, I can't wait for the next Rambo when he comes out with a claymore. William Wallace's thing strapped to his back. It's gonna be dope.
So I got to agree with Ryan. I give this a 3 out of 5. I think it helps on this one that being a movie buff, I think helps a little bit liking this. Because you kind of understand where the wall is and what they don't do. But overall, I give us 3 out of 5 because, well, everybody died and they made fun of everybody. So I enjoyed it. James?
This one, like I said, it fits my short criterias.
Do I have to mute you?
By that, it's like automatically a 3, but with the black guy jokes, that one went up to a 4. Like you never see a black bartender and they all like stare at him for a while, like
and then points out that they're how progressive the town is.
Yeah,
I love that.
So
Oh
Rob,
man, that's funny.
Yeah.
yeah.
yes,
It's a 1.
It's
2.
Like playing with your sound effects.
Yeah, it's
great. We got the first 0.5. I mean,
no, for me it's a 2.
Told you.
I understand what you guys are talking about, and I could see all the humorous points in it. It just didn't grab me.
I could see that because it's a different. It's not the comedy that you grew up with. Really, it's not.
and it's not even today's style comedy.
Well, it is kind of this today's style comedy. It kind of goes along with the Hangovers and the Brunos and some of those. But like what Rob is more after, he's in the smart comedy. Like if they had turned it around and done a little bit smarter, a little bit more jokes that you have to think about, like 3 jokes in one, I could see him giving a higher rating if it went that route.
It got its 2 for me because I thought actually the sets were done fairly well, and there was some cinematography in it, and it was good again. But yeah, it was. So anyway, I'm the curmudgeon this time. I'm the Russian judge. I'm back to 2.
Sorry, what, Ryan?
Sorry. No, I was saying, did anybody feel like they were using the exact same bar from Django Unchained?
Because they probably were.
Yeah, it seemed like that set.
I feel like they had access to that set, and that's why it became a Western. But I think the reason that John and Rob and that sort of generation, I'm going to lump you in with your entire age group.
Oh, thank you,
Rob.
Groovy.
I think the reason because there was a lot of backlash with the Million Ways to Die in the West thing as well, because everybody for some reason didn't like it. I thought it was hilarious, but it's people taking a Western, something that's so ingrained in our heads, and becoming a little too self-aware about it,
right?
And kind of sort of breaking down that fourth wall a little bit and making fun at the Western itself. That might kind of throw people off at first, but I just liked the jokes. It was funny.
Yeah, no, I agree. It'd be like a Rambo movie going, wow, I think this knife is too big.
Yeah.
It's so. Just let everybody know that we do have a Facebook page. Tell us do you hate us, love us? Do you think Ryan's choice in movies sucks,
Ryan's
like
gone.
Super or Buffalo 66? Let us know, and please pause for the cause
I think the jury's gonna come back in my favor on those two.
and please help us pause for the cause and help us pay to continue doing Real Flix reviews. And next is movie news, and Ryan, you're up.
Keep us not agreeing 100% on things. So this is always better when we disagree.
Hey, I love disagreeing with you.
Now they won't even leave my soundboard alone.
I was turning off the one.
That's not the off button.
I wasn't the one that did that.
Yes, you were. So what were you saying, Ryan?
Okay. Well, in the same vein as Mr. Hubble, real quick, Edgar Wright, the guy that did Shaun of the Dead and This Is the End, At World's End, and sort of the Simon Pegg and Nick Frost movies, is going to be doing a version of Oliver Twist, but like a steampunk version of Oliver Twist.
That might be cool.
That'll be something.
Is it comedy or an action?
I mean, whatever Oliver Twist is. I mean, it's drama, action, comedy.
Well, because I think there's a little bit of comedy, but I don't remember it being all that funny.
Are you sure?
It's a tale. Okay, it's a tale. Oh,
Yeah, so
that
what
was
were you
weird sounding. It was. It's a tale. It's a tale of a story. So you steampunk a tale of Oliver Twist, and now he's wearing, instead of rags, he's got leather and.
No, I get that, but this guy, the guy who's doing it, Shaun of the Dead and all that, it's a lot comedies. So my question is: it going to be a little bit of stretch and be more of a serious with some comedy undertones? Or
I don't think he's gonna throw all of his comedy sensibilities at it. I mean, he's very good at knowing his moments. I don't know if you guys have seen at World's End, but that movie was half a drama to begin with, even though it was completely ridiculous.
Because now I'm interested just to see a kind of a twist on a modern tale that's not like a remake.
It's not really a modern twist. It's the steampunk thing. By nature, I really hate steampunks, but I really like Edgar Wright. So I'm kind of willing to take this with a grain of salt when it comes out. But I don't know.
He's one of those that'll be interesting to see what we all think of it when it's out.
Well, I mean, I know for me, I love that Victorian-era steampunk technology-esque look. When done well, I think it's another part of the story. When done poorly, it looks as ridiculous as sci-fi's Dune movie. So we'll see.
Well, the guy that he's... Hold on, the guy that he's got with him, Simon Beaufoy, he did like Slumdog Millionaire. He's done the Hunger Games. He's done 127 hours. He's got some interesting stuff to be going along with him as well. So
127 hours, is that what you said?
Yeah, it's the. Sorry.
So there's one black mark on his. 2 hours. I want my time back.
But
anyways,
and I didn't see it.
It's not a comedy.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a comedy.
See, now I'm really excited. I'm really interested to see how the guy.
It's called Dodge and Twist. If you want to look it up.
I'm interested to see how the guy adds his sensibilities to it. Then. I'm kind of excited. I don't know how good it will be, but I'm interested.
It's going to be sort of. I get the feeling it's going to be like the Robert Downey Jr. version of Sherlock Holmes, that kind of feel.
I'm down with that if done well.
Well, it's not necessarily. It's a look at the lives of Charles Dickens' character Oliver Twist and Art Dodger as adults, so they're adults.
Oh wow.
Oh, interesting.
That's what IMDb has right now. I'm sorry, what?
I said I didn't even read that far ahead.
Okay, that's as far as that's what the description is on IMDb as of this moment. So that can always change. I mean, there's no release date. There's nothing really with it. It says adventure drama. So could be like a Huck Finn type thing. That was a pretty decent movie from back in the day.
See, that's.
Are you shitting me?
Which one?
The newer one.
Is it the one with that Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
I have to look it up.
One of the Home Improvement kids.
I barely saw.
It was exactly that one.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. No.
So any more movie news, Ryan, where he's looking that up?
A couple of quick things. Well, one quick thing. Jeremy Renner. I'm not the only one that avoids spoilers for shit. Okay, Jeremy Renner, the guy who plays Hawkeye, and a bunch of other things. He was in the Bourne movies and a ton of things. Anyway. Jeremy Renner avoids spoilers for movies that he's currently in.
That's a good...
On the set of Age of Ultron, the Avengers, Age of Ultron, he's like looking away from any screen that has any type of effect on it whatsoever.
So he doesn't watch the dailies.
That's cute.
Right. Any of the dailies, he's shying away from the whole Video Village thing. Any actor who he's not in scenes with that has makeup on, he's avoiding them. I mean, that's taking it a little bit farther than I have to, but good Lord, do I feel his pain.
No, the Elijah Wood one.
But I mean, that's a fan right there. I was just kind of shocked to hear that somebody on the set would be thinking about that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you have somebody screaming in one of those back rooms?
What?
Did you not hear that?
Bastards outside the freaking house that are like banging a skateboard against a tree or some shit.
Oh, I thought one of your captives got the gag out of their mouth.
No, what it is, it's the Pulp Fiction's GIMP. It's Pulp Fiction's GIMP he has in the background.
All right, sorry, I just heard screaming in the background. I'm like, am I the only one hearing this?
And you're right, James. I think it was Elijah Wood's.
Yeah, the Elijah Wood one. I didn't even know there was one made with the Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
There might not be. For some reason, that's the recollection I have.
Yeah, The Adventures of Huck Finn.
With Elijah Wood?
Yes.
Shit, must have missed that one.
You like
How the
Elijah
hell did
Wood's
you
dad?
miss that one? That was back in '93.
So
Apparently I was busy watching some dumbass Jonathan Taylor Thomas movie.
Make
No
me up when you guys
shit.
are done.
Anyways.
So any other movie news?
Yeah, one thing I'm dying to hear what you guys think of this one. This is from not that long ago. Today, I found the story posted. There's a kid in Texas who went to school and was suspended for bringing a ring.
Oh, yes.
You're wondering, why would somebody be suspended for a ring? Well, it wasn't just any ring. It happened to be the one ring from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
The kid had a freaking Hobbit replica ring of the Ring of Power.
Yeah.
Brought it to school. Tells a kid that he can make him disappear. School takes that as a threat and suspends this kid.
Oh, God.
Wait, this was in Texas?
This is in Texas.
Wow.
This must have been like today or a couple of days ago.
It's got to be
This
San
is-
Antonio. It's the most
Actually.
liberal area. Yeah. This school thing is just driving me crazy.
You know, in
Ring.
in all honesty,
ring.
it's somebody who's been a geek his whole life, has been a movie buff his whole life, whose society took 20 years for society to catch up to him. I'm not really surprised.
Are you kidding me? If you went to school, I mean, imagine your younger self, your young nerdy self, going in, loving something that much, like the way we all probably did Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, for that matter. And you have one thing, and you get into this like imagination world of a little fantasy role play before school starts, telling a kid like, "Oh, this ring can make you disappear," like I saw in the effing movie.
Oh, I got you beat. I had a fucking Rambo lunchbox. He legitimately killed people in that movie, and I'm walking around a lunchbox. I'm Rambo, so you know.
Right. Exactly.
we've gone off the deep end.
Yeah, but you
swear
didn't
to
get
God.
suspended for the lunchbox, thinking it was depicting violent acts at school.
No, but we also used to go around school going bang bang, I killed you. So, you know.
Right. But even if you did get suspended for something like that, it's not a ring from a movie.
It's not
where
real.
The act of putting
It's
the ring on makes
pretend.
one disappear.
By the way,
my mind was blown. Yeah.
By the way, this is comedy gold. You can't actually write shit that's this funny. Real life is a lot funnier than comedy. And
Okay.
I think
I have a movie-related comment. Never go full retard. I love that line.
so
you made it a point to bring that line up once every 15 shows.
That's a great line. Shut up.
oh wait, hold on. Our phone a friend magically reappeared. So hello, phone a friend, and this is his comment. He said, "Keep Austin weird. I never would have had your never would have graduated." That was our phone a friend. Now let me read that again. Keep Austin weird. ... I never would have graduated.
A lot of people wouldn't have graduated.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of us would have graduated in this society where our dorky bullshit can get us in trouble.
But on the other hand, the three of us would have a lot of fun trolling teachers.
Yeah. Well, I did
Well,
that anyway.
You got to look back, as the old guy here who took his .22 rifle to school so that I could refinish the stock in wood shop and polish the metal in metal shop. The SWAT teams would be on me. Homeland Security would be flying around with helicopters. There would be SWAT
my
teams.
dad-
Before
My
the
dad
show runs off the rails.
And his friends used to bring their 22s to school, put them in their lockers, so they could go killing squirrels after.
Well,
So
see,
before this show runs off the rails anymore,
Oh, stop
I
it.
gave the movie
I forgot
Mr.
about ROTC. I want to put
Bring
that
it
up
on,
real
Snowden.
second. ROTC, these guys had M14s, all right? In high school.
Fully automatic. I gave Mr. Humblot a 4 out of 5. James gave it a 4 out of 5. Close enough. Ryan gave it a 5 out of 5. Rob gave it a 4 out of 5.
Humblot.
Yeah.
My phone's ringing. Somebody,
watched the wrong show.
Somebody wants me to answer it.
I gave the gunfighter a 3 to 5. James gave it a 4 to 5. Ryan, wait, did you give it a 4 to 5?
Yeah.
Gunfire?
Yeah.
No, I give it a 3.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Ryan gave it a 3 to 5. Rob gave it a...
James gave it a 4 out of 5. Are you listening to yourself?
Keep track of your shit, man.
John gave it a 3 out of 5. James gave it a 4 out of 5. Ryan gave it a 3 out of 5. And Rob gave it a 2 out of 5.
Hey, I'm tired, damn it.
All I had to do was
His
read.
leg hurts.
Screw you, penguin. So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we'll see you next week.
Maybe.
Thank you.